The roots of Texas music run deep. Although many iconic musicians have emerged from the Lone Star State, the real treasure of Texas music is in its diversity and development. Texas has long been a crossroads for a wide variety of different cultures. Music of this dynamic and diverse society reflects a distinct and rich heritage. The music of Texas provides a window into the traditions and history of past generations. Music has been a part of the story of Texas since the first humans set foot in the region. Native tribes have left evidence of a musical tradition that used mostly percussion instruments, such as drums, but also included primitive wind instruments. Texas based tribes continue to celebrate their culture through music to this day. When Spanish conquistadors claimed the region as New Spain, they brought new music traditions to the regions. When Spain took over the French owned Louisiana colony, cultural traditions mingled further. By the early part of the 18th century, a unique mix of Spanish, French, African, Arabic, and Native American cultures was present in Texas. In the early 19th century, Spain began encouraging Americans to settle in the region by offering land grants. After Mexico declared its independence from Spain in 1821, Americans such as Stephen F. Austin settled in the region, eventually declaring the independence of Texas from Mexico. These political changes had a profound impact on the cultural diversity of the region as a flood of European immigrants arrived. These immigrants introduced a very important element to the development of Texas music, the accordion. The accordion was adopted by the local Mexican population, and it remains an important part of Texas music. Slavery was legal in Texas until 1863, and the fertile lands of East Texas attracted American plantation owners who brought their slaves. The call and response of slave work songs found a place in gospel music and provided a foundation for Texas blues, with musicians such as Blind Lemon Jefferson leading the way. In the 1920s, as jazz music was emerging, Texas had a thriving circuit of dance bands such as Bob Wills and his Texas Playboys, shown here, and the Light Crest Doughboys. As these bands traveled and shared influences across Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and beyond, they contributed to the development of Western swing, helping to introduce the electric guitar and the steel guitar in the process. During the Great Depression of the 1930s, Gene Autry and Tex Ritter, this is Tex Ritter right here, helped to popularize the image of Hollywood's singing cowboy. When rock and roll exploded across the nation in the 1950s, Texas was at the heart of it, with musicians such as Buddy Holly influencing its development. This is Buddy Holly and his band, the Crickets. Continuing through the 1970s, outlaw country became a commercial force, with the likes of Willie Nelson and Waylon Jennings changing the face of country music. There's Willie Nelson, and this is Waylon Jennings right here. Today, Texans continue to draw upon the diverse musical traditions of the Lone Star State, even as they continue to expand upon them. Texas music remains a dynamic and important reflection of our culture.